SKYHAWK Soccer is back in town and ready for a tough preseason schedule. It's arrows away as Navajo State Park offers an archery class, and we pay our resident cowgirl Stormi Pittman another visit for some good old cow roping. All this and more in this week's edition of Inside Durango Sports.
You're watching Inside Durango TV Sports with Jordan Alexander, your source for information about sporting events in Southwest Colorado.
With the culmination of the FIFA World Cup, many of us are twiddling our thumbs, eagerly awaiting our next batch of soccer action. Luckily for us, our thirst for goals will soon be quenched thanks to Fort Lewis College's men's and women's soccer. The SKYHAWKs women kick off their season on the 4th of September when they host the Fort Lewis Women's Soccer Classic. Colorado Mesa, Midwestern State University and Texas Women's University all join the SKYHAWKs for the preseason action up at Dirks Field. The men, however, only have a few weeks until they begin their season. The 3-time national champions head to Albuquerque for an exhibition game versus Division I powerhouse University of New Mexico on the 18th of August. Speaking exclusively with Inside Durango Sports, men's head coach Ogie Kennedy said that the bar has been set high this year, as UNM will already be well into their preseason training when the two teams go toe-to-toe, whilst their date will be FLC's first day together as a team. Due to NCAA regulations, coaches can't work with their athletes until the 2 weeks prior to the start of the season, which makes Kennedy's job tough in fielding a team that can compete so early. But he said any opportunity to play against last year's Division I runners-up is one you have to seize. Most of the squad are back in town now to train without the coaches in preparation for the contest on the 18th. The UNM exhibition match starts at 7 p.m. at the Lobos soccer field. For those who can't make the trip, FLC Men's Soccer hosts their alumni game at 3 p.m. on the 30th of August. Past players, spanning 3 national championships winning teams, will show their might against the current SKYHAWKs, so don't miss that one. And keep your eyes peeled, as I just might dust my boots off and make a guest appearance in the alumni squad. That's if I get the call up. After the alumni game, the Fort faced 2 tough challenges from Texas teams, Midwestern State on the 5th of September and St. Edwards on the 7th. And over the past few weeks, both coaching staff from the men's and women's programs held their summer soccer schools up at our campus in the Sky. Coach Kennedy said it's been amazing to see so many young soccer players from Durango participating, and he hopes to see that same enthusiasm when the collegiate season begins. And trust me, there's nothing like a packed Dirks Field with the 12th man urging you on. So make sure you get up to Fort Lewis and support SKYHAWK Soccer. Failing that, stick with Inside Durango Sports. We'll be there every kick of the way. Thanks to Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, archery is cool again. And whilst we at Inside Durango Sports certainly don't condone firing arrows at your enemies, we are all for practicing archery in a safe manner against targets. So for all you arrowheads out there, Navajo State Park will offer an archery course for children aged 6 to 12. The course on August 2nd will be held at the park's amphitheatre and is aimed at those with little to no experience. The class will focus on important aspects such as range rules, range courtesy, safety and fundamentals of archery. The Colorado Parks and Wildlife launched the Archery in the Schools program back in 2005. Now more than 40 schools statewide have adopted archery as part of their physical education programs. The archery class is free after the usual $7 park entry fee, and to sign up, call 970-883-2208. But hurry, as there are only 10 spots available. The class starts at 9 a.m. on the 2nd of August, and parents are advised to dress their children in sturdy shoes and, of course, bring plenty of water. It gets very hot this time of year. For more information on events, classes and events held at Navajo State Park, visit cpw.state.co.us. The Durango Coors Light BCA PL 8-Ball Pool League battle for 4th place couldn't be any closer. 3 points separate Change Gamers, Incognito and Perfect Poor Poolers. Change Gamers have 198 points in 6th place. Incognito are just 2 ahead on 200 and Perfect Poor Poolers hang on to the elusive 4th place by 1 point and the skin of their teeth. At the top of the table, Fair and Foul cruise into the distance, their sunroof down and their pool cues safely in the back seat as they sit in 1st place with 264 points. 29 points behind are Team Hawaii on 235, and I Dream of Greenies sit above the battle for 4th on 207. At the bottom of the table, the Roadrunners are 1 point shy from escaping the clutches of last place, and Zuppies are 1 point clear from the jaws of despair. The Beatles are the only team without a close competitor. They are stuck in no man's land in 7th place, 11 points clear of 8th, but 28 points away from 6th. The Nomadic Beatles inched slightly closer to 6th place with a tight 17-15 victory over Zuppies in Week 15's 3rd match of the evening. Zuppy's player and Ponga's owner J.R. Spees led his team with 6 wins out of 8. The duo of Austin and Nicole Zufflet scored 3 and 4 points respectively, and Bobby Malouf struggled through the 3rd and 4th round to register just 2 points. Spees' lone win in the 2nd round secured the win for the Beatles after stalemates occurred through every other round. An even game, but someone's got to win. This week's games are as follows: I Dream of Greenies versus the Beatles, Perfect Paw Paulers against Roadrunners, Team Hawaii take on Fair and Foul, and Zuppy's try and take some points from Incognito. The Pool League takes place Tuesday evenings at Ponga's of Colorado. And following from last week's adventures in the Wild West, we're going to go to Stormi Pittman at her ranch to do some breakaway roping.
I'm Stormi Pittman. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Natchez, Colorado, and I am in the breakaway roping. Breakaway roping is an event in rodeo for girls, and it's where you rope a calf, and it's called breakaway roping because when you rope it, it breaks off your saddle horn, and that's when the time stops. It's the fastest event in rodeo. It has penalties if you break the barrier, which is a rope in front of the calf, which gives them a head start. You get a 10-second penalty, and if you miss, you get a no time. I got started in breakaway roping by my friends in Alabama. They roped and I wanted to rope, so I went down there and roped with them. And my parents, of course, they're the ones who get me started and get me everywhere and let me know the people I need to know. A good tip is just to ride hard and throw down. That's about what I remember when I get in the box. I'm Stormi Pittman. This has been the fundamentals of breakaway roping. Thank you for watching, and back to you, Jordan.
Let's have a recap of other sports news around the local area and upcoming events. Durango High School have a new athletic director. Dave Presler takes over the reins after former AD Roxanne Perrin resigned less than a year into the role. Presler has previously been the athletic director for Bayfield High School and Fort Lewis College. Alongside that role, he led Fort Lewis College to a football record of 6 wins and 15 losses over a 2-year coaching spell. Sticking with football, the Demons football team have been moved from the Southern Western League, which mixed Class 4A and 5A schools, to the new exclusively Class 4A Pikes Peak League. DHS now compete against Air Academy, Liberty, Palmer Ridge, Rampart and Pine Creek. DHS football gets back into action soon with the first official practice on August 11th. And finally, Durango Parks and Recreation will host an Ultimate Frisbee tournament on Labor Day this year. If you have a team or want to join a team, head to their Facebook page at Durango Ultimate. And in the meantime, the Rec Centre offers Ultimate Frisbee Tuesdays and Thursdays at Riverview Sports Complex. Once again, it's over, like a flash. The sports world never stops moving. Remember, if you're watching Inside Durango TV the traditional way, at home on a television, and you'll simply just want more, I understand, visit durangotv.com to find all of our shows there for your viewing pleasure. That's it for another week of Inside Durango Sports. Join me again for more sports action near, far and everywhere in between. I'm Jordan Alexander, and remember, keep your eye on the ball, Durango.
Thanks for watching Inside Durango TV Sports. Tune in every Thursday for more sports headlines.